Giles, tell me again why the latest Slayer aptitude test has to be held in the ass end of nowhere?
This is a crucial part of...
Now, as you can see, this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the game that was only on the Xbox, which is why I had to get an Xbox when I was a kid. I am a big fan of the show, and let's face it, this is one of the greatest shows of all time. So of course the game was extremely enjoyable for me, which is why I'm now replaying it again. Now when I play it back from basically when I play it now from when I used to play it as a kid, I definitely notice things that aren't so great on the game, but still the game is still enjoyable all the less. And if you've never played the game, you've got to play it, especially if you're a Buffy fan. I mean, what more could you want? But many of the problems with this game are more of annoyances than actual problems, which I'll get onto at a later stage. And as you can see in this room, I couldn't find the lamp. But yeah, maybe one of the things I will bring up is the Buffy movie. Will they bring out a Buffy movie? Now many fans have been like, oh no, it's going to be awful. But at the end of the day, we've only ever had 2 Buffys. Now the first Buffy had a poor script, so although people say, oh, you know, she's not as good Buffy, she had one film that was on a poor script, and she didn't even have a Scooby gang. I mean, come on, a Buffy without a Scooby gang. So, of course, Sarah Michelle Gellar will be seen as a lot better Buffy when she's had 7 series, a Scooby gang, much better script writing. So, of course, everyone will have the comparison that Sarah Michelle Gellar is by far the greater Buffy. But anyway, more about the game. The voice in this used to scare the hell out of me when I was a kid. In this little thing here, the master used to scare the hell out of me. Which I suppose the game did a good job then. It worked in the fact it scared me as a kid when I was playing it on the old Xbox. But, you know, that was then. Now, we are going to come to a bit of one of my annoyances here.
Look sharper. Prepare yourself for battle.
Slayer! Hello. I've got a special vampire treat right here for... or not. Giles! Lacking some basic vampire fighting accoutrements here.
I'm afraid you'll simply have to improvise with your fists and feet while I search for a weapon.
Now, with more of my annoyance here, it's got to be down to the fact that when you're beating a vampire up in the game, at any stage, sometimes Buffy, there's only one button to slay a vampire on this game, which is the Y button on the Xbox controller. So what really annoys me is when you get a vampire like he is there on the ground, surely, any time he's on the ground, you can stake the vampire without that little health thing on the right really mattering. But no, she misses the heart on numerous occasions. See, that's where I say like an annoyance thing, because a vampire, if he was down on the ground, is going to get slain. It's not the chance that she's going to miss the heart like 5 different times. Which has happened to me on this game before, that she's missed her heart when a vampire's been on the ground. Which would suggest that she wouldn't be that great a vampire slayer. But hey, I reckon that's just a technical fault with the game. I mean, there's only, what, a load of... Well, in the Buffy world, we've only ever had 2 Slayers coexist at the same time. And let's be honest, if we did, the other Slayer from Africa wasn't that good. So really, if we didn't have Buffy, we'd have Faith. But hey-ho.
My middle name, only not really.
Now, one of the other things I'll get onto in later, which is another little annoyance I have with the game, and especially it's more in the early stages of this like intro level, because I've got used to it and done it so many times. This is why I've got annoyance with it.
I need to hit that with something, and stunning how often I get to say that.
Yep, you can see me breaking through that door there, and then I've decided to go back and try to break in a bow, which wouldn't break. But hey-o. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of like a potential Buffy movie. I didn't really go on to that. I was talking about like the 2 different Buffys and how Sarah Michelle Gellar is obviously the better Buffy. but mainly because Kirsty Swanson only had one film. She didn't do anything wrong as a Buffy, but you know my point of view, what I'm trying to break here, that basically there've only ever been two, so if they did another Buffy, if they did another Big Finish, it wouldn't be that bad. I mean, we might say, oh, she's not as good as Sarah Gellar, but at the end of the day, how are we going to know until they do another version of the film? Do a different interpretation? We're not going to know, so they might as well go ahead and do it, in my opinion. Yep, you can see me beating up a vampire there. Yeah. He's getting stood on quite a lot, and there you go, missing this. Oh, staked him. He got slain. But yeah. See, I personally love them to come up with a movie of Buffy, with a new Buffy. Because I reckon, you know, a new different approach, different view on it. But, hey ho. Yeah, a bit embarrassing there when you look back at it, the fact he doesn't get slain when she goes for his heart on numerous occasions there. You can see that's why I get a little bit annoyed with that. But I quite like them to do like a new Xbox game on the Slayer. You know, a new Xbox with a new storyline maybe. I think it'd be pretty good. I mean, especially as they're not going to go back and do. I think maybe do Season 8 as a game. I know they've got the TV series of, not Season 8, but maybe do it as like a computer game for like the 360 and PS3. I mean, that would definitely sell, in my opinion, anyway. I will talk less later on when I do more of the levels. I will talk less because I'll be more interested in just the actual gameplay, but being this the first mission on the game, which is just an introduction mission, it's not that great until we get to the dream bit later, which the whole level is a dream in all actual fairness, but until we get to more of the key bits of the dream, I'm just going to keep on talking. Mainly because this is really not an interesting level in the game. Yeah, another little annoyance here that really pays dividend. Well, it really bugs me this. It really bugs me for this reason you're about to see. Two vampires come off the roof. Now, as soon as Giles has stopped talking, and Buffy for that matter, well, you're about to see my little annoyance come to reality. At this stage, I didn't quite know what the zoom was because I hadn't played the game in a while, but later on in the game you'll see I figured out what the zoom button was. But once I, of course, I'm a bit annoyed here I didn't know what the zoom was because I definitely could have done this a lot quicker. But moving on, my little annoyance with this is basically I'm going to shoot one of these vampires when I get round to it in a couple of seconds, and they're not going to move towards me. They're not going to pay any notice that I'm basically shooting arrows at them, trying to slay them, even though I slayed that one first time. But the other one, I'm going to shoot him like 4 times. There you go, once. Twice. Okay, so, you know, I shot him twice with a crossbow, and he didn't come towards me. You can see why that's a little bit of annoyance. Like, surely if I shoot a vampire with like a bow and arrow, and he sees a bow in his like chest, he's going to come towards and at least try and slay me. I mean, okay, he hasn't even been slayed yet, so it took me 4 times to slay him. You can see how that should have really been worked up on a little bit. But, you know, later in the game, yeah, so as you can see, I've got the second bit to open the blue doors, which were back there, the second stone. Just got that. So yeah, there I go, just put the second stone in.
Buffy, quickly now, follow me to the bell tower. I found something.
A bell?
Well, yes, that. But also a secret passageway. Come on then.
Now, if you don't have an Xbox, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get this game on an emulator, on an Xbox emulator of like the original Xbox on the computer, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to acquire it like that, and that would probably be free as well. So if you didn't have an Xbox, there are other ways of getting this original game. Because this was really the first console game. I mean, there are of course a game on the Game Boy Advance of Buffy, but I don't really hold it in the same regard as the only two games I really consider are, of course, this original Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Chaos Bleeds. So, I mean, they really should do another game on the 360 for the Vampire Slayer. It's a huge fan base out there, and if you're not going to give us a movie, give us a game. Yeah.
Stand clear and try not to get squashed.
I'll do my best. I'm afraid you're on your own from here on out. I'll meet up with you again after you've faced the final challenge. Once you have inserted all of the stone keys in their
I love Giles' involvement here. He, as in the title, he's watching, doesn't get involved in the slightest. Which, to be honest, it's his job. But come on, get a little bit involved. I mean, he does in the series, so come on. And I like the fact that they are doing something for the Watchers Council. It's a bit bizarre. Doesn't quite add up if you've watched the series that he's doing something in this game for the Watchers Council. I know this is only the dream, but even still, why is he dreaming that she's doing something for the Watchers Council? Now these zombies are really... they're more like waste things on the game because they're so easy to kill. You can never do enough stakes in this game, considering the stakes break after a while. Well, that was a bit convenient, really, that the wall broke. But you know, you knew what you could get. And so this vampire here is gonna be basically dusted in a few. Like that. What a piece of slaying by the old Buster there. So yeah, here I go and enter the third stone. Now, as soon as I go through the doors, I'm gonna shut up. So if you've never watched or played this game, you're gonna see like the clip of the real storyline here. So yeah, this is me basically shutting up. If you've liked this and want to see more of me going through this game, remember to subscribe.
Nice. It kinda has that interior decorator from Hell thing happening. Ever have the feeling you've been somewhere before? So, which one of you is Curly?
What's the matter, Slayer? You look like you've seen a ghost. What? No witty banter? I'm crushed. I had built up so much nostalgia for our reunion.